Hi guys, just want to show you guys my build for 3.25 Consecrated Path. Now I didn't actually league start Consecrated Path, I actually league start with Ice Crash, but I found that Ice Crash is kinda clunky, so I just decided to use Consecrated Path because, well, it's another slam skill and it's elemental, which means I didn't have to switch into Fizz, because my skill tree is all set up for elemental damage. But yeah, so the build's being going quite well. So here's a footage of, like, I think there's a T15 map or T16. I can't remember the top of my head, but it's somewhere between T15 and T16. You can see the clear is pretty A-okay. Just one shot the Eater mob. However, single target damage is pretty bad. So here is a city square and it's only a tier 10. I think the mods are kind of annoying because we have the degen floor. You can see that I'm kind of struggling to actually kill the map bosses, although there is Maven being a very annoying person. You can see, yeah, I'm just really struggling with the single target damage, but the clear wise is pretty darn good. I would say that Meta definitely feels a lot better to play this league compared to all the other leagues. I mean, I'm not doing Bone Shadow again for the gazillion times, but yeah, so I would say that Meta is not bait, but I think you still have to play some sort of meta skill to really get the best out of melee, to be honest. But yeah, um, gonna be showing you guys what my build is on the actual gameplay. So here we're back in game. All right, so let me just go through what I've done with my gear. So I actually started off with a axe build, but I realized that axe don't really have the best crit. So I went with staffs instead, which helps me with crit. And also I switched to Consecrated Path of Endurance, which means that I get 10% more attack damage per endurance charge. And this eventuality rod actually gives me an extra endurance charges, which actually helps with my damage. And thanks to my ascendancy, which I get here at flinching, I get one extra endurance charge, and I got two more, one here and one here on the tree, which means that I have 7 endurance charge in total, which makes me somewhat tanky. And that's all to do to minimize the downside of Echoes of Creation, which is that every time I attack, I will take a percentage of my life as physical damage. And because of my ascendancy again, which is this one here, 30% chance to gain an endurance charge when you are hit. Because I'm always self-hitting, I always gain an endurance charge. So I can have my seven endurance charges up really, really quickly, which helps me to be tanky and offensive at the same time. Um, this is a Warcry build. I manually cast 2 Warcry, so I cast Endurance Charge just in case my endurance charges goes out. I can use these to generate some endurance charges, and I also have Battle Mage's Cry. Um, I have Overexertion and Automation. I have about 4 Warcry that can be exerted, so that's like 40% more damage from this gem. So this is massive. I actually really like this gem. I think this is a pretty neat idea that GGG comes out. Um, you can either play the Warcry piano and buff every damage, or you can, sacrifice a bit of mana and have damage, but with no Warcry buff. So I think that's pretty cool, actually. Um, Now, I have Battle Mage's Cry here. Now, I'm a crit build, so I have this on manual cast because I can get base crit based on the power. So I can get about 1.5% base crit if I'm next to like big mob monsters, which really helps me to one shot them because that means, yeah, I get more crit chance. I also have these socketed next to Wave of Conviction and Flammability. So for those of you who don't know, Battle Mage's Cry will trigger when you exert the attack. It will trigger a spell, socketed spell next to it. So I basically trigger with Conviction, which lowers their resistance, fire resistance, and I also curse them at the same time as I hit. So it's basically like a semi curse on hit, which really helps me to have a very consistent damage. I really like the setup, and I also link it with Urgent Order support because um, if I don't have this, the Warcry is extremely slow, and I'll probably stand still for too long and get one-shotted by the monsters. This nothing too special. I just picked this off trade for a very cheap price, about like what, 5-10 chaos. I still have it. I probably should upgrade this into something better. Leather belt again, just nice, just really basic stuff. Again, really basic. Rings. Percentage damage taken recoup as life is extremely crucial for this build, in my opinion. Simply because um, this helps us to just mitigate the downside of the Echoes of Creation. That which means that whatever percentage life we're dealing as physical damage, it will just regenerate as life, which is really neat because this really prevents us from being one-shotted. Amulet again, nothing too special, just for the attributes and the resistances. So basically, I haven't spent too much money um, on this build really. I mean, the staff is quite expensive. That's like 3 divines, and that's 3 divines. I mean, this is a maiden league. Normally, Echoes of Creation is like what, a few chaos, but yeah, this league is insane for melee builds. But yeah, apart from that, yeah, that's like 6 divines ish to get to end game. Now, I haven't quite reached end game because my single target damage is abysmal. The clear is fantastic on this build. Really great. I can clear a strong box, a mob of monsters from strong box with one shot. If I get lucky, I can do harvest just fine. But the these invitations, no way. Okay, I probably have to hire a boss killer because I simply do not deal enough damage to to even, scratch like 50% of the health. I just know it. Okay. I suck at boss mechanics and I don't have any damage in this single target damage in this build. I have like 700k Shaper Guardian DPS, but like I think I need at least a mil to be able to do this. So yeah, so definitely some more upgrading to do. I probably need to get some more chaos res because I got no chaos res here, and I probably need to get a Death Store Crusader boot, which gives me an extra endurance charge, which helps my damage even a bit further. So before we do anything else, let's actually hop into a map and show you guys what this build looks like. And hopefully there'll be no lag. All right, so this is a lighthouse map. Um, let's see how this works. So you can see the clear is good, especially when Herald of Ash triggers, just destroys the rest of the mob as well. So, oh wow, that's pretty good. All right, so I'm going to drop my banner for the endurance charge and the frenzy charge generation. You can definitely see that, the clear is pretty good. Just drop the charge. Oh, power charge, nice. All right, yeah, you can definitely see that charge is good. Now, rare monsters just take so long to kill. I feel like although it is a melee league, I definitely feel that some skills are still quite subpar. Like I wouldn't mind if GGG buffs some skills just a little bit more, especially like some weaker skills, like Consecrated Path, for example. Because at the end of the day, melee is just such a clunky playstyle, and that's not to say that some skills are weak. Some skills are actually inherently quite strong, but because the melee mechanics, which means you have to be so close and upfront to deal damage, and because bosses have, sometimes they have like invulnerability phases, and you just lose that damage window. Some build like totems, they could just constantly attack monsters, and they actually don't need that much damage to defeat a monster, whereas we actually need significantly more damage just because our damage window is so short. And we have to be so upfront and with the monsters, and sometimes that doesn't really help melee build. Even though you can buff the fuck out of it, melee build just isn't that great. That's not to say that melee is bait this league. It's actually really, really good. I'm actually really, really glad that GGG decided to actually listen to the community and remove totems, because Jesus Christ, man, I hate totems so much. Ooh. Oh, I died. Sorry, I was looking at the Eaters of the World mods and I just wasn't looking. But yeah, you can see that this build, I have 7 endurance charges, but I'm still really, really squishy for some bizarre reason. If any one of you guys know how I can make this build, you know, less squishy, I will be oh my god, my computer froze. Yeah, I'll be glad to know. See, the degen floor, this is the worst thing about this game is the degen. It just literally cucks melee builds so hard. So expedition, fun enough, I actually clear expedition really well. You can see this. Like a lot of these mobs is just they just die. And even these monsters with wards, they still die because the Herald of Ash is really good at destroying them. But yeah, this is where here's what I mean by single target DPS is absolutely abysmal. Clear wise is fine, but just won't die. Just won't die. Oh, I'll come back to these later. But yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys the boss. I'm just gonna rush to the boss right now. I won't even do the breach. Jesus Christ. What hit me? Holy crap. Yeah, like I said, some of these. Oh, there's the boss. Oh, that's not too bad actually. But yeah, I'm actually surprisingly squishy, which is kind of annoying because I'm just die out of nowhere and I don't even know how I die. But yeah, the build is pretty nice. I definitely can scale it up more and have more tankiness and damage. I just need more currency. And speaking of currency, I don't know about you guys, but this league has been really bad with loot. Like I'm not getting any currency. Like you know, I've only got 181 alterations. Like that's ridiculous. That's not a lot of alteration at this point of the league. Uh, you know, not a lot of fusings, not a lot of jewelers. Just not a lot of currency drop in general. And I don't know if it's just me or everyone else, because I definitely feel like things like glassblower's bulb is just non-existent. Like I struggle to find blacksmith whetstones and armor scraps. No chisels. Like do you guys also feel like GGG has nerfed the loot this league? I certainly think so, but I don't know about you guys. But yeah, if you guys feel um like GGG has like what you call it nerfed the loot this league, do let me know because it definitely feels like League with Kalandra at the moment with the loot. But otherwise, if you guys got any questions about the build or you want to give me some advice, because I definitely want some advice. I don't think I'm a very good build maker. Please do let me know. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll probably update you guys in another video. Bye.